Alright, I wanted to do a quick RC update on my collection here. This is used to be a axial AX10, but I bought a chassis and all the necessary parts to swap it over to an SCX10. I found out I'm more of a scaler than a crawler. Got the Proline Jeep 4-door unlimited Rubicon body on it. And I've got the stock black axial wheels. That helps or hurts, but Proline 1.9 Super Swampers. Got the Proline accessory kit with the roof rack. Electronics, I run a Spectrum receiver and run the Novak Rooster crawler. It's a 2S LiPo compatible with the Novak 45 turn motor, and I've got LEDs on the body, two that shine down, two that shine out of here, two in the rear, and then two on this front bumper here, the ones that kind of come with stock, plus I added four. High-tech 645 MG servo, and I think that's about it for this truck. Oh, also this matches up. This is kind of a one-to-one, or it's a replica of my one-to-one. It's just a street Jeep. I don't have the roof rack or the mud tires on my one-to-one vehicle, but I do have the same body and everything on that. All right. Next up, Axial SCX10 Dingo kit. This is the Newark kit that came out. I think it came out this last winter. You have to build it from scratch. I got a video on that. It's got the 1.9 Ripsaw tires, which are actually pretty cool. Got the Tekin FXR Pro in here with a 35 turn Pro motor. And again, LEDs, two in the front, or four in the front, four in the rear as well. And I have a video that showed how I did all that. Also Spectrum receiver, because I run this DX3C, which has a 20 model memory, so I run all my cars on this one radio, which is very cool. Oh, also high-tech 645 MG servo, which is plenty for scalers. They don't need too much power because they, have rubber, or small 1.9 inch tires. So that's that one. This is my Losi XXX SCT 4-wheel drive short course truck. I believe this body is a J Concepts Illusions High Flow. I think it is. It's pretty cool. Fits on there pretty good. I've got some Badlands for this, but right now I've got these tires on here. Does a little bit more drifting and sliding around. Just depends on what kind of run you want to do. This has the Mamba Monster Max ESC with the 4S LiPo setup and a 2200 kV Newcastle motor, and again a Spectrum receiver in here, SR300. And this runs the high-tech, I think it's a 5645 MG. It's a little bit higher torque than the 645s that I'm running, and that does just fine in here because it's good and durable, and again, not real big tires, so not a lot to have to turn here. Very cool truck, very durable. I've yet to break anything on it. Next up here is the Losi XXX SCT. This is just a basic two-wheel drive short course truck. It's all stock except for the DE Racing tires and the Proline Trencher wheels, which I use those to badge with. This truck is not the fastest. It's not the biggest, baddest, RC I've got, but man, it's just a ton of fun. 1.2S LiPo pack on the stock motor. I've had that motor for a year and I haven't burned it up yet, which is shocking to me. So when it does burn up, I'll probably just replace it with the same exact thing. The ESC, it has a LiPo cutoff on it, so I just run a 2S pack in there, and it's pretty quick, pretty fun. I drilled some holes in the front of the hood so it wants to parachute a little bit less. I left the full windshield and everything for durability and also act as down pressure when I'm running forward. It seemed like it wanted to float just the front end the most, so that's where I drilled the holes and allowed the back to stay solid so that I could catch more air and hopefully nose it down a little bit. But again, the only thing I broke on this is it comes with a really weak spur gear, but they have a Kevlar upgrade. You put that on there, you're good to go. Steering servo is stock. I've never broken it. It's completely fine. Again, SR300 radio. And I hated this body. This was the only one they had in stock, and I really wanted it that day. But I hated it, and until I put these black wheels on there. And now I love it. So it's kind of funny what a wheel will do for your paint scheme. Anyway, I love this truck. It's just a blast. It's not, like I say, it's not the fastest one in the world, but it's, as far as this two-wheel drive short course goes, though, it's a very good kit. It's a good race kit. And believe it or not, you can bash with it. Let's see, what else do I got here? This is my emacs 3905 kit. It's the 16.8 volt version. Really fun monster truck. I had it brushless, upgraded with a Mamba Max Pro and a Leopard 2650 kV motor, and got the RPM True Track rear end, Duratrax, skid plates. I put it all back. I ripped all the electronics out of it. I'm getting rid of it because I have something that I replaced it with, and I put, I had the 17mm adapters on there. I took those off and put it all back to stock, except for, of course, all the RPM stuff that I put on there. But good durable drivetrain, but I was breaking a lot of front pins and just had a lot of kind of issues with the front end when you crash a lot. It's okay durable, but when you put brushless in it, you kind of find some weak points. HPI, I think it's a 79.4 body on here. Anyway, a lot of fun, but its time is past in my collection, so I'm going to be getting rid of it here pretty quick. And what I replaced it with is this big beast here. That's the Tiger MT3 G3. I've got a few videos out on this, and I've had it for, I don't know, a month or two now, and still happy to report that I have not broken anything on this truck. The only problems I've had was one of my wheel nuts came off, and of course that's my fault, and my pinion gear came loose, and that's it. Everything else is just, it's solid, and I've been really like doing full speed jumps, and I think we counted out about 40-some feet jumps just repeatedly. And I originally reported when I unboxed it that the body felt kind of thin, and it does, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty durable. And with this wheelie bar on the back, it really saved the rear end. That seems like that was what I tore up the quickest, was the rear end, from wheelies and landing and just ripping apart back here. So this wheelie bar will really save the body quite a bit. So far I love this truck. The only thing I've really done to it is I pulled the red beadlock rings off. I was going to dye them black, but I thought, hey, they're not really doing anything, so just pull them off. They look just fine that way. And I finally bought a really good servo. I bought the Hi-Tech 7954, the step below the 7955 TG. It was $90, and it's got, if you put the proper power source to it, it's got 400 ounces of torque. So it's a very, very durable servo. Supposedly, I've only got a couple runs on it. We'll see, but I'm hoping to never have to replace it again. And like I say, I love this truck. It's got a couple of little spots, little light buckets here. You can put some LEDs in there. I've had a few glitchy, kind of funny things with the ESC. It's not as good as what like a Mamba Max Pro is, but for now it's solid and it's holding up. So I've got the Mamba Max Pro in stock, you know, just waiting for this thing to go bad, and I'll put it in there and hopefully we'll be good to go. But again, I love this truck. It's way, way stronger and handles way better than the emacs. I highly recommend it. It's Thunder Tiger MT3 G3, and it's brushless, ready to run. You can get them for, you know, prices vary, but about $500, give or take. So it's a really good deal when you really look at it. If you look at what a brushless emacs is, and this truck is way better than that, and it's ready to run. So it comes with a pretty decent radio, but again, I got an SR300 receiver in there, and I run it on my Spectrum radio. So as of right now, that's it. I try not to have too many kits running around because it feels like I'm always working on them and don't have time to fix them. So I only want what I can maintain, and right now that's what I got. Thanks a lot, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe.